Psychic arrows. Psychic arrows are concentrated forms of jealousy and hate that have been thrown when the person believes that another person or object is responsible for their pain. They can be found in humans, properties, businesses, and animals because humans can find almost anything to blame for their pain. When this shows up, it is definitely from an acquaintance. They are close enough to take aim, but not close enough to hug the person like a psychic knife. But they have to have some level of connection for this energy to be able to take form. So usually they are friends of friends who we have to hang out with occasionally or be around occasionally, but prefer not to. Basically, someone you know a little, but not too well. The attaching mechanism. The attaching mechanism seems to be an energetic dissonance. Now, let's have a look at what dissonance means. It means the lack of harmony among musical notes or lack of harmony between people or things. So basically, we're all sending out of frequency all of the time. Our vibrational frequency is what creates our reality. None of us are resonating at our original frequency just yet. So if you were to hear your vibration right now, it would sound out of tune. We are in the process of fine-tuning our vibration to that of our original tone so we can take our place in the grand orchestra of life without adding to the discord that's blocking out the real harmonic tune of life. Because we're all walking around out of tune vibrationally, sometimes we can have dissonance with others. You know that friend of a good friend that you just don't like being around and you just can't figure out what your friend sees in them, but you have to occasionally deal with that person because your friend likes them. Now this can happen for two reasons. Number one, this can sometimes be caused by two out of tune vibrations that when combined makes an awful sound. So basically when you have two people that come together and nobody's walking around in their complete vibrational tone right now, that would mean that the person is in full alignment to their original blueprint, and that's pretty unheard of on the planet right now, but we're heading towards that. So when somebody has a vibrational tone and they meet somebody else with a different vibrational tone, that combination can just be really, really unharmonic for no particular reason except for we're all walking around out of in tune. So sometimes this just naturally causes this dissonance. And you might wonder, why does other people like this person and I can't stand them? Sometimes it's only because the two vibrational tones together creates more dissonance than others. So sometimes there's no actual particular reason except for vibrationally you're really unmatchable. So that can be as simple as a reason for not liking somebody. Number two, it can also be your intuition about the person letting you know something within the energy field is not harmonious to you, and this is important to listen to no matter what the energetic route. So this is another thing that can happen. Sometimes we might have an acquaintance that a good friend of ours is friends with, and you just think, well, I don't like this person, but other people seem to like them, but you don't. There's something inside of you that's not allowing you to like them. Then the other reason that this can happen, like I said, it could just be two vibrations not matching, and that could be all there is, but it could also be your intuition picking up something in their vibrational spectrum that is not good and not right for you. It could be warning you that something in them is not right for you. So it is very important to not override those feelings. It's really important to be able to see them as messengers and to listen to that. There is always a good reason why we don't resonate with somebody. When you don't resonate with someone, there is a reason. It's either because vibrationally you're not a match, or your intuition is picking up on something and it's warning you. So either way, it is good to listen to it. It's the dissonance with someone that allows these things in. It's like the distorted energy pattern we have with them allows it through. This is why when it shows up for me with someone, I do a clearing for myself with the intention to clear whatever vibrational issue I have with that person. The clearing I teach you will help to start smoothing out any vibrations that are causing the dissonance with the person if it is caused by two out of tune vibrations. If the dissonance is due to your intuition about the person letting you know something within their energy field is not harmonious to you, then this clearing will help strengthen your or your client's energy body to block any energy from that person. So we're not just taking out the arrow, but cleaning any vibrations possible or adding strength so it won't happen again. So it's very powerful to do when in this situation with someone. It's dealing with it all from your inner world, knowing that everything is inside of you. And when you don't like something that's showing up in your reality, you have the power to change it from the inside. If we smooth these things out energetically, this doesn't mean becoming friends with them. It just means that you won't have a weird energy between you. Sometimes after doing this, I've found I do like the person, and other times I've been able to see very clearly why I didn't trust them, but because I've smoothed out the energy between us energetically, they don't have an energetic opening to send me anything. So doing this type of clearing, the way that I've designed it, it's not just so we pull out the arrow. You know, if we just pull out the arrow and we don't do anything else, then the person that sent the arrow, there's still going to be that dissonance of energy, and that could spark another arrow to be thrown. So I've designed the clearing so when we're clearing the arrow, we're also going to deal with the vibrational dissonance that allows the arrow to be thrown. So no matter if it's just because there's two vibrations that are out of harmony, if that's the reason why the person had an issue and sent the arrow, then when we clear the arrow and I show you how to also help clear the dissonance, what we're going to be doing is like just neutralizing the vibration that seems to cause the tweak or the opening. So we're going to help harmonize. Now, like I said, it doesn't mean that you're going to become friends with a person, but sometimes after doing this for my own self, I have actually become friends with the person because we did have an unharmonic vibrational tone together that was causing some sort of, you know, between us, and that kind of made us both think that we didn't like each other. Now, if they've thrown an arrow at me for some reason and I've cleared it and then cleared the vibration between us, the next time I've been around them, we've had like a really good interaction and we've actually liked each other. So sometimes just smoothing out, you know, like one vibrational tone that could be causing that between you both can be enough to be like, to work it out and to be like, oh, I actually really like you and they like you. So that can happen. But sometimes we can clear that vibrational tone and you still don't necessarily want to be friends with each other, but there's no actual issue anymore. Being around them doesn't worry you. You might not like them because like you might not want to be their friend because they just don't resonate with you, but there's no more energy that's like, I don't want to be around this person. It's more easier to do it. So, you know, and without that extra they won't feel like they need to throw you anything. So that's, you know, really, really good to do. If it's because if this person's thrown something at you and you haven't liked them because your intuition has been warning you about them, then doing this clearing and this type of, you know, kind of healing, what it does is it actually helps strengthen your energy body it's almost like it helps kick them out. So the next time if they wanted to throw something at you, your body's like, oh, that's right, I've been trained to go no to you. So it's really, really good to, yeah, if you're doing it for yourself or for clients, to basically know that you're not just taking the arrow out, you're actually, you know, creating some harmonics in the energy field as well, just so we don't, you know, keep getting the same thing over and over. Now, it doesn't mean that the person can never send you anything again. That's not how it works, but it does try and help the situation, and 9 times out of 10 will actually resolve it properly. The results in a person. This concentrated form of jealousy and hate forms into an energetic arrow and pierces the energetic matrix of the person, property, animal, or object it's directed at. It holds the frequency of jealousy and hate and sends a ripple effect out into the energetic matrix. If one arrow is sent, then this ripple may create a low disturbance within that energetic matrix, but if more than one is sent at once, or if a few are sent over time, then this can create other people to start projecting more hate and jealousy towards the person, property, or object, because they are picking up on the energetic matrix and unconsciously projecting it back. Because we are holographic and our universe is a reflection of what vibration we hold. Everything that shows up is energetic feedback to what vibration we hold within us. If we see this and work with that reality as feedback to what's going on in our inner world, we can start uncovering these things holding us back. If something weird happens to me, like someone randomly yells at me while driving, then I clear myself instantly, because I know that something within me is activating a response within my environment. In those situations, I've usually found a psychic arrow or psychic knife was the energetic root cause of the abuse. So I always wave and send love to the random person who yells at me, as I see them as a human angel who was used by the divine in that moment to send me feedback that something was off. Everything is feedback. Everything is feedback. So it's really, really important to start recognizing that. You know, the example I've used with, if I'm driving, on the odd occasion, I'll be driving along and I'll have somebody maybe, honk at me or give me the finger or something weird like that. Now, that is not normally my vibrational tone. It doesn't happen to me. So when those odd things show up in my reality, I instantly know that there's a vibration within me that's causing that reflection. And like I said, usually I'm clearing a psychic knife or a psychic arrow, because that's the vibration that can sometimes cause those types of things to happen, where someone will just, give you the finger or beep at you or yell at you. Those are the moments when there's something in your field that's not actually, that's quite boom of a vibration. It's like it's a spark. There's a spark in my field that somebody is actually sparking off, and that's always feedback. So, recognizing that everything is feedback. Everything that's happening around you is feedback, showing you what's vibrationally happening within you. Now, if you're somebody who naturally goes out and gets a lot of freaking, like abuse, then there's a lot of things vibrationally happening within you. If you're not someone that normally cops abuse, when you do get somebody angry or giving you abuse, then you know that something vibrationally is going on, and it's really important to be able to tune in and be able to find it and clear it and get on with your day. If it's just one or two, it will create someone to feel like they are out of flow with life. But if left over long periods of time and someone has quite a lot of them, it can create someone's life to really go off the rails. Things can just start going wrong and falling apart. These arrows will cause vibrations that result in not so pleasant experiences as feedback to the vibration of the arrow. So, the results in a person, it will all obviously result differently. How the person feels with arrows is going to be very, very different. But as soon as an arrow is in someone's vibrational sphere, it is creating a very distinct kind of tone to it, and it's intense. Arrows are intense. Knives are intense too. They can cause subtlety. They can be subtle in the energy body, but the vibration of them is intense. So that particular vibration, even if it's just one arrow, that one arrow is causing a frequency, and that is going to start sparking other things in your reality to cause negative feedback. So like I said, someone yelling at you, someone giving you the finger, you might just find that people are responding more aggressively, or things will start showing up. The feedback will be there that something is not right in the energy body. Something's tweaking it, and the person will have that feedback. So you'll always have the feedback. Things will start to be a bit weird, or things will start to get a little bit funky, because that energy, that frequency is sending out a signal, which of course our world then responds to and gives us feedback to. Lifespan. This energy doesn't hide. I've never found one carried forward from a past life, as they seem to hold less power than psychic knives. As far as I've found, they're only a present life issue. So when it comes to arrows, because they're acquaintances, they're not, I've never found one from a past life. That's not to say that it can't happen. It would just be a little bit strange, because if the person is just an acquaintance and was able to throw an arrow that would last lifetimes, it would have to be so full on, like so intensely full on. Yeah, my gecko agrees. It would have to be really, really full on. So I'm going to say, like, you know, don't rule it out, but normally arrows are a present life issue.